Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to the NyanCave, or I guess I should say howdy y'all, as the pun master Zero just said in chat, and I thought that was hilarious. My name is Tom. This guy over here is Clay. Today we are playing Ace Attorney. Last time that we were going through this, we finished up seemingly the last investigation of Trial 5, and we're going into the trial now. We're in there. We're doing the things. So we'll see how it goes. See what happens.
I got a theory.
You got a theory?
Yeah.
So do I, man. I don't like it. I don't like my theory.
I know. Want to protect Emma.
Gotta protect Emma
from the claws of the Gant.
I know. Oh no, the claws of the
Day 3
Gant.
trial? Yeah.
Yeah, day 3 trial.
time.
Day 3 trial. Try 'em, boys. Ready to do this thing? Have a little sip of the coffee.
We got a bunch of backstory last time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We a few shocking revelations were made. Marshall hasn't been drinking this whole time.
What? I know. The whole time he was faking it.
I know.
You know what? It's like the closer you are to being an alcoholic, the farther you are away from
The NyanCave.
The NyanCave.
We got our first objection outside of court.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was fun.
That was funny.
Iggy
Igare! All right,
Kathy. Yeah,
let's
Kathy's
do it. Hurrah!
Protect,
Wait.
attack, but most important, she forensic.
Forensic. That's
It's actually day 4? What? No, it's not. What? How does that happen?
Did it say that? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's the 3rd trial. It's the final trial. Anyways, let's get
Let's
into it.
go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Ooh, Daddy's in the
do.
sweets. Damn. You and Artemis. It'll be good.
Oh my God.
Good
Yeah,
sweet
we'll have a
spots.
nice
Thanks, guys.
unboxing. Thanks, Davy, for sending us some love to our mailbox. If you do want to send anything to our mailbox, it's linked down below. We try to do an unboxing every single month.
Yeah,
package
we gotta
pickup.
go to.
We do, and I was trying to look at my schedule. Looking like a toy gear. Probably this coming Monday. I know it's supposed to be last Monday, but then things happen. Wait, yeah. Anyways,
We love. Yep.
I know. I can feel it. The gentle touch of a soft butt.
I like soft butts.
Soft butts and I cannot lie.
All right.
You all right? I all right. I'm hearing audio. What do you mean? Desktop audio.
This is the defendant lobby, all right. But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes.
Oh yes, there should certainly be audio. Want to close and open? Oh.
Oh, it's unknown. Oop, that's weird.
Awkward. Don't worry, we're professional streamers. I promise. I promise. If you're just finding us, we do this. You know. Hey Zeko, what's going on? Here we go. Now I got it. Now I got it. Yeah, Chiaki's. The hue does seem to be off, but there's nothing we can really do right now. Looking fine on our DS, but something's going awry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True. Not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
Okay, last time.
Didn't do it!
Last time we got 3 minutes wrong. Edgeworth wrong. Okay, giving us because Von Karma was like 3 minutes. Try to be over in 3, and then we showed him.
Yeah.
Now this guy's trying to in 5 minutes. No, this is gonna be more than a 5-minute stream. I promise you that much. It's not confusing.
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something. And the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. We found my C8 now.
The truth.
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright?
1 second. This is it.
Neandroid fixed it.
Did he?
On their side.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers. Complete.
If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. I think Phoenix is gonna find out quite handily what Gant has on her. What Gant has already taken.
Take it. Oh. Rabble.
Oh god. I'm not looking forward to this.
Hey, Kai the Line.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Ooh. Oh, God.
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Udgy. Been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours?
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court.
You son of a bitch. She wants to do what?
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
You son of a bitch. I'm gonna cross-examine the shit out of my defendant.
What's this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No! Lana! Lana's scarf / muffler's life. You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright.
Oh no!
I no longer require your services. Did we just get fired?
We just got fired.
We got fired?
Lana!
Lana!
God damn. Don't worry, though. I know how we're going to get around this.
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although it is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for a verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Objection!
One moment, Your Honor.
Oh, no.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. I think, though, a confession is kind of
Beyond a reasonable doubt.
But I like what Edgeworth is trying here.
Yeah. Edgy to the rescue, boys! Oh, my boy. Oh, come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. Well, why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut?
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
What? Do you want to die?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be.
Motherfucking cat! Oh, God.
Phoenix right now.
I didn't know we were on the investigation of fucking murdering Gant.
With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal.
Blackmail, extortion.
Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
Ooh, ooh. Striking back.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh, to whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony.
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye.
Oh my God.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh God, yeah, get fucking smoked on, bro.
I don't care for your tone.
Oh man. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, we've had on this stream we've had Pimp Yusuke, we've had Pimp Ryuji. I've not seen a Pimp Edgeworth yet.
I don't know where you're gonna put that gun. Okay, that works.
The gun is in his hand right now. What do you mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm choking. Get smoked, Lana.
Murder.
There. Oh yes. This is what we needed right there. The glasses.
Your candy cigarette is a little off.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Oh my God. Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking da 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 da.
EWORTH.
Oh God. Sagasi. Guys, I'm eating lunch right now. I'd rather not choke to death. Our apologies.
Oof. The exposure of the truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
Oof. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins, the bull by the horns, the dictionary by the page.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
This face kills me.
My name is Emma Skye. My occupation is Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
Aww.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
Oh God, she's so precious.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. And an incident that was resolved 2 years ago. Oh, is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Woo! Choo choo, motherfuckers, hop in! We're going to yesteryear!
Ooh!
Yesteryear.
Yesteryear. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage.
Ooh.
Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Miss Marshall in the chest.
Good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Edgeworth knows us so well.
All right. Okay. Waiting in my sister's office. Okay. Hey, Sarah, what's going on?
2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
We need that.
Did you close my other one?
No, this is it.
No, there's two.
What?
There's two.
Anyways, we're on it. Hey, Geneva!
I like the wrestling reference there. That was a rewording of the Rock's "It doesn't matter what you think." I love it. And
Oh, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Why don't you?
I have two of these. One has the things and one doesn't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then.
So if you click there and then you can
You have
switch to it there.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, one you need. Yeah.
Yes, she was second in command and Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office. Hey, BB.
Beep, beep, beep.
Oh.
That's right. I always sit at my sister's desk. I'd always sit at my sister's desk. I'd dream about playing that organ on the black market. I used to play it I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
Aww.
Aww. A man came running in and took me hostage.
Man, did he look like a man?
Did he yes, he looked like a Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Certainly looks like one.
Yeah, I know. Like, come on.
Yeah, also, can the court clarify that it was an accidental serial killer?
Accidental.
By series of events.
Yeah, murder by series of events.
Unfortunate serial killing of an event.
Also, like, come on. It's like they take a photo. It's like, hey, Joe, I know this is your mugshot. Can you just hold this knife and look a little menacing, though? We're gonna make it in black and white. It'll be great. Really artsy. Come on, guys.
Should have never hired that modeling guy. Not meant for mugshots. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled to the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran to Skye and Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look, and that's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me.
What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
I almost forgot about Gant.
Never forget about Dark.
Damn it.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after the Dark.
Even when Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
Well, I'm fucked.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
This is gonna be the important one, I think. Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Neil Marshall jumped on Drake. Jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights.
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
And the lightning strikes. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about it when I saw them.
The detective.
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
They give you these choices, like I don't know why exactly. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, I feel like it might progress it, so we could hold it on the one after this and then come back to this.
What do you mean? No, like I think we definitely hear more.
Yeah,
I just don't know what the advantage to not hearing more would be.
Well, because if we stop now, or sorry, if we hear more now, we might not be able to hear the text from the other scenes.
Oh. Let's hear more.
Okay. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw.
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. It was a lovely...
Emma's choking
you
now.
know,
A picture. Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
ask about the picture. Yeah, induced.
This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. Ooh.
But the list of evidence was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Oh.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest 37 times.
That must have been a real shock.
Wink, lightning strike, shock.
Damn it, Phoenix, this isn't the time.
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly.
Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage.
When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. Wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day.
You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes. I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation.
I really hope we can see that picture.
I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken.
But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again.
Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind, can you please describe it to us?
The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, hi.
What? Are you kidding me right now? Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, first of all, well done, Emma. That's, you got some good depth in there.
Why would you draw it on the back of the evidence list,
thing.
though? It seems like an important piece of paper to not throw up there.
I know. What?
Ooh.
Are you kidding me right now? Wow, Super Momo with 16K. to have been lost.
We're gonna hit her with it.
Objection!
Like, come on.
Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence.
Hey, I'm not the
I
bad
know,
guy
right?
here.
Why are we so aggressive? You know, nice guy.
All I'm saying is that the prosecutor, as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident.
I'm rattled, man.
A little bit. Yeah.
Wait.
Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it. Oh! What's this?
Interesting, the blunt edge of the knife.
No, it's not pointy though.
Not
Oh,
pointy.
sorry.
Not pointy, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant like the blunt edge of knife. I'm like, how does a knife of a blunt? I didn't understand what you were saying. Now
Yeah.
I do, and I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You're right
Thank you. What is that?
for once.
Hey.
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Nice, right?
Oh, her boots! Her boots are life! She's wearing like pink, like rain boots.
Oh, indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
Pretty good drawing. The one
Yeah.
person has no neck and his proportions are a little off, but hey.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think his neck is actually a little like, you know, he's doing one of these.
I
From the back.
like how she skipped the hands too. Hands are tough.
Oh God! They
stuff,
say
yeah,
they're one
for
of the
sure.
hardest things to draw.
Objection!
They say.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh. These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
Nani?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see marks here that were torn apart from each other.
That's convenient.
Oh God! The tragic story of two lists. Reunited after years. Oh God!
Why? I'm so happy for them. 3.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What?
Oh, gumboots.
I know the gumboots, right?
I got a
Order.
embarrassing story about gumboots.
But, Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
I hope this is the part where we're like, you know, Detective Goodman, great
guy.
great detective, just not the
Fucking
sharpest.
idiot. Great guy.
He's a good man. He's a good man,
He's a
but
good man.
he's not very smart.
Dumb.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Oh, you're all right, Mr. Wright. Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
How do you...
There's something wrong. Do we even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. I just passed a kidney stone.
Goodness stuff.
There's indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. Oh, no.
What?
Are you doing that, or is that the game?
Oh God! Oh dear God, it's happening! Ooh. It's giving me actual goosebumps, like real shivers. Like it's just eerie. They did research. They're literally eerie sounds.
They are eerie sounds.
No matter your knowledge of music.
That's
eerie.
that thing.
I'm really fun if it just said like get fucked on the back.
No man, get fucked.
That thing was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Oh, nice.
I want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, witness.
But okay, so quick question.
The corners that have me confused.
Well, because it's... Whoop. That's the window. Remember the stained glass thing?
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, and that's the window coming through.
Yeah.
But why is the blue badger just the head
And sideways.
sideways?
Play that song at my funeral. It's like, all right.
Anyway, can you click on that though? I do want to see what the actual list. It's not non-picture.
You can't click on it.
It just does this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's it say? Half the list was found in Gant's desk. Okay. Okay. Examine. Are you to examine?
Ooh.
Oh, what's in the back of that? It's another picture.
A clear handprint can be seen through the leather cloth. The print belongs to Emma. I think I'll keep this information to myself.
Okay, you're now just as bad as the prosecution. Okay.
Hey, you know, it's not lying. It's just limiting the truth. Will you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago?
Uh-huh. Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at that picture. Too precious.
Okay, okay. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were the shadows. After that, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Wow. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oop.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago.
Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
2 or 3 days later. The memories still should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted in all black? I see
The flash of lightning was wanted
draw
in
it black.
The flash of lightning was
The
so bright,
flash of
all I could see
were shadows.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue.
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor.
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted.
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
Objection!
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture that girl any further?
What? I'm not the bad guy here.
Anyway, this picture. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course, this is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from the talks with your detectives.
Objection!
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary.
It's funny. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well, that's strange. He claims this is, or she claims it's exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here.
Oh.
The contradiction is the weapon.
Seems that way. But we can only present. Oh, present the. Oh no, the knife had a broken tip. Remember? Oh, okay, yeah. Present the knife.
The tip was inside him, though.
So you might be able to present that, like the broken tip, like the SL9 knife.
I guess.
Yeah.
This shows a contradiction.
Yeah. What else we got? Can we look at it? Yeah, look at the screwdriver when you have a second. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's. Okay, that's fine. Just curious why we have that, right? Oh, examined it? Yeah, let's examine it.
AI16 is written on the tag. That means it has nothing to do with our current case.
Okay, then why do we have it?
Because it was what,
No, I know. Yeah, the hypothetical. Why do we have it? You know, why it was given? Let's try it.
Objection!
No. The witness statement clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Get fucked.
Yeah. I should say that we're not exactly stuck right now. We don't know exactly where we're going, but that was just I wanted to see what the screwdriver was about.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, it's the exact scene. That wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives.
And thanks,
You insinuate we
Angelique.
somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Okay, so
Right.
could it? Yeah,
Is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh. Oh, well.
it could be because she said I drew this picture before anybody influenced me, but it was a few days afterwards, and she couldn't have known it was. She did not know it was Marshall until afterwards. So
That's strange.
maybe there's some sort of contradiction in there.
This scene was imprinted in her mind, and yet there's clearly a contradiction here.
Or maybe you show her the list and what's up with that top piece. Was it? Did we establish that Gumshoe actually drew that top piece?
No.
She drew it,
There's an assumption. I think she drew it.
but that wasn't in the office.
That's so weird.
The picture where he's holding the award.
I don't know. I feel like the connection should be more obvious.
Yeah, we got a lot of overthinkings. You want to throw it? What?
Here we go.
Oh my
Died from
God.
ruptured heart and lung. Knife tip was in the wound. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Easy. Wait, didn't she say stabbed in the chest somewhere?
It says stabbed in the back.
No,
I'll double check.
Didn't she say that he was stabbed in the chest?
Handmade weapon found. Weapon found and wound was missing tip. Single stab wound piercing heart lung.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, this is, I think, it. I just wonder if this is the right thing to throw it at. All right, let's do it.
Let's try it.
Objection!
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it'd be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Okay. Oh my God. Well, it's either there or the knife. Just go with. Yeah, try that one.
I'm gonna go with the
Yeah,
knife.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Knife.
gonna go with the knife.
Yeah.
The contradiction, of course, lies here. God, this seems generic.
Yeah.
Take a look at the knife, thank God. The man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr.
Well, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
Think you're so smart, Emma?
Oh,
Well,
you
let me
think
take
you're
you
so
to school. If I recall, the tip was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection!
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Oh! What's the meaning of this?
Objection!
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection!
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. But what does this mean?
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
Objection!
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. Objection war here, my God.
Yeah.
I believe you were annoyed at that time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection!
Oh my God.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already about a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, Wright.
All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No. Oh!
Oh God, how to get in there though?
Life. Order, order, order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me once again to go over the events that took place on the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day.
Yo, Shot Creative.
After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled from the room. Prosecutor Neil Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. That man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives?
Another broken knife beside Joe Dark's. Could there have been another one?
Yeah.
There is another one.
Oh, but they try to trick you by putting the good answer at the bottom this time. Yeah.
There is another one. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright?
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder.
There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. I think you gotta present the graph.
This one?
Yeah. I think so.
It's that or
Look at it. Like, examine it. Geez, good. The halberd was removed.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Go back to the photo and let's see, because it's gonna be in the description.
But it says the real murder weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't lie.
Nope.
I'm going with this.
Yep. Go for it. Yep. Yeah, I think it's okay.
If anything's broken here, it's you.
Cheerio. Good show, mate. Good show.
I'm sure this all seemed to be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. But may I remind you that the fate of Miss Lana Skies hangs in the balance. Oh,
What? I thought that was right.
Sorry, Your Honor. Give me another chance here. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way.
One way.
But let me
oh,
say
no.
first.
First, let me save a selfie. Bow, bow.
Yeah.
And boom.
I guess we can try the picture.
Yeah. Look at this picture graph.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. And if not, we go. Yeah. Send it.
If not, then we're fine.
No.
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This picture.
Oh, this is a picture of this award ceremony.
What is it, Mr. Edgewood?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall's holding.
Like, that's weird. Like, usually, okay, hear me out. Is that like a trophy would be one piece? Why was it literally a removable knife?
Budget, Tom. They're prosecutors. They make a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. That's a broken knife. You're right.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award.
Like gasp.
Order! Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out his knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had during this dangerous situation.
During this didgeridoo situation.
Dangerous.
That can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, the man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Oh, hold it.
Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Okay, convenient.
Witness.
Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you show me your evidence list again, please?
His list. The one with that picture scribbled on the back.
Scribbled. Time was taken, okay? I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Stop playing the song. This time I've been trying so hard to forget.
Me too, Emma. Me too.
Too. I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
To think Gumshoe could make something so traumatic. It's literally more traumatic than witnessing a murder.
Oh God, that part.
You repressed the blue badger before you repressed the image of a murder.
Oh God. Must forget.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what exactly you've recalled, Miss Sky?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting. Emma's recollection.
Okay. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked. I rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger.
Oh, Jesus.
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
This is certainly most unusual.
Objection!
Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
Mm-hmm.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. As well, the defense may now begin cross-examination. Oh! Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Oh my God, that Sprite was top tier.
Felt the action. Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Wish we could turn back time.
Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Lana Sky, Blue Badger's #1 fan.
When I saw the man raise his knife.
She said, hold it. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark.
Yes, at least I think it was him.
Oh no. You think?
All I could really see were shadows.
The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you...
I panicked and rushed towards both of them.
Why would you do something so dangerous?
What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized,
Oh, you done bunged it.
Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person.
Oh.
I think I knocked away the man with the knife.
What do you mean, you think?
It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did is all kind of a blur.
Miss Sky was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural.
I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I know I had to stop the man with the knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next?
Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger.
Are you sure about this?
Of course. See? I even drew a picture of him here.
But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable.
I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feelings that I'd seen him before somewhere.
I'm telling you, that handprint is important, okay?
Yeah, of course. Now I finally remember.
Oh my god, what the handprint is Emma's?
What handprint? Oh, that
That's
one.
a handprint on the badger's face.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? The face of a killer.
That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
Objection!
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
Objection!
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was.
What was it that Emma saw when the lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger really? This is all we got. This is the last thing, so I just might know. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamed up when Emma drew this picture, yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there was indeed something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room.
I got it. I think
maybe I gotta take a look.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Wright.
In this room. Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look-alike. It's the blue badger panel! I think I might need to go to the profiles. I can't go to the profiles.
No. Go to that vase.
It's pretty damn close. And there might have been a lid to it.
Yeah. And we can spin it because it's got a third.
Oh, it does. It does.
It's broken off.
It's broken off. Okay, let's go with this. Wait, it's got to be this. It's the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah, try it out. Try it out!
It's so unstable. I'm gonna throw it.
So unstable.
Throw it.
Oh my God!
Shaking. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
Well, that's...
What is that exactly? I believe it's some sort of jar. An unstable sort of jar.
Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger.
Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain, unstable jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint. I've got to show them the correct angle to look from. Oh, God.
Yeah, just turn it.
Oh, no, wait. That's not quite right, is it? I thought it was like this, but...
Look at it from the bottom. Oh, wait, hold on. Keep rotating a little bit more. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all, I think it's all fine. Yeah, keep on. Yeah. And now spin it a little this way, just a little. There it is.
Like this?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh my God.
Uncanny.
Uncanny. Oh.
Take that!
Well, is this a miracle or what? Oh my God.
Really?
Quick. The music is killing me. Oh, my repressed memories are coming back.
No!
No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
No. It can't be!
Uncanny Badger's Valley, boys!
Order.
Thank you, Zeko. I got a cookie for that. I
defense has
deserve
proven
that
its claim.
cookie. I'm proud.
The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of this crime was actually this.
Objection!
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
Objection!
Wrong.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, you see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then, please tell us, what's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
I think it's the murderer.
Hold on. Why? I just want to hear. Because I'm thinking that because remember that's what was used to knock
the jar has
out.
blood on it.
That was used to knock out Marshall, and if she saw it like upwards, it was like.
But it was
okay.
falling. It was falling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
It's the murder weapon or the murderer.
Yep. And go with your gut. Go with your gut. Yeah.
But although I am going with my gut, I might be jumping a step in logic. Though
Could be.
Because the jar has blood on it, it would have fallen forward.
But the murder weapon was, according to it, a stab wound. This was what knocked Marshall out.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. The murderer is what changed.
Actually,
I could see
maybe it isn't because I
know.
think we're gonna say murderer and it might swing to. Well, this might not be. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Take that. Oh no! Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen the jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime.
Yeah.
It's on the shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
Objection!
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Objection!
Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Objection!
Interesting.
It's like going through the conversation of the location.
And yet, yeah.
I know. Let's see where this goes.
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have had to be the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? A suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility. Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No!
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
Oh, it was the witness who took the victim's life.
We said we were gonna be here.
And then proved so with her own testimony.
We did. I thought that Gant was gonna try and like hold Emma hostage, and I thought he had been like, you know, like
If you don't do what I say, Lana, and take the fall, I'm going to, you know, make your sister a murderer.
Oh, no, I thought that Emma did kill. They found out, so they covered it up as dark because they already had him. And then was holding that like, I'm going to reveal that Emma did it.
Yeah. Well, different ways. And then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
"Ooh, hi! What are you saying?"
I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances,
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
ooh,
Miss Wright?
Imagine that, coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes. Certainly would be difficult to prove with this evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
Oh. How did this get minimized?
The fuck? No! Completely forgot about this part.
What? Diva, thank you very much. But also, yeah, Nani to fuck.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Oof. No, Edgeworth has got it.
Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message.
Oh.
For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of a person who took his life. In one manner or another.
That's impossible.
This is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
Well, yeah, technically.
I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind.
Yeah.
It's in the evidence.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the court record.
It is there. It's written on the jar.
Oh no. Oh no.
Examine. Let's check. Zoom. Up. No, up in that blood. Yeah, examine.
Oh right. Oh no. No.
What?
No.
What's it say?
You don't see it? Connect the dots. Fine. Let's check it. E. M. Then you connect the two dots there. And then you
I
connect
see
the
it.
dots
I see
on
it.
the
I see it. Yeah. My God, like, why did you try so hard to pin it on? Oh, that bitch! I'll get her.
I know.
This
right?
child.
Is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek. The truth.
When we're working together.
No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
God, the jar is so unstable.
So
This
unstable.
is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he just gonna speak the killer? Is he going to just speak the killer's name?
If that thing could, I'm sure.
If that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. The message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
Looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Translation.
Fuck.
Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there's a line here, drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these dots were once lines.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave a message behind.
One that someone apparently wiped away.
They don't look wiped away. And if there were, I'll give it to the game.
Blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent.
No.
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Oh, I'm actually gonna have to do this. I don't have my stylus with me, so. Let me just double check one thing here.
Well, why don't you connect that E? Yeah.
I can't. There's no point here.
Oh, okay, cool. Present.
Looks clear enough to me.
Take that!
C-Ma. What does it mean?
It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana.
Master Artist Clay.
After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma.
So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
Oh, P-Del, we'll find out how this leveraged to blackmail Lana. We'll find out.
Of all people. He may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. How did Lana break away from the bailiff?
See, Worthy? Can't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, hi.
The organ music.
Chief Gant.
I will, Jared, I will. You understand your implications of what you've done.
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not?
Oh dear.
Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death.
Ooh.
That smile, though.
Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable.
I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice?
What?
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up of or evidence forgery, ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what everyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office? Oh my god, the rabble has never been so real. They really upgraded the rabble for this one. It's deafening.
How can he just stand there like it was his own, well, it wasn't his fault?
Order! 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 The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows.
Ooh, shoot.
What? So crazy. Save.
Well, man, are you ready for a long stream?
Well, it's One Piece. It's only been an hour and 15 minutes.
I know, but I don't think we're gonna have many other opportunities to put on the brakes.
I know. Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm Reggie, bro. I'm Reggie. At least to the next one.
Still on that train?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later.
Bye. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all... No, wait, what? We have seen exactly this. Drop you off, call me here, and I've seen happier people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again.
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give you this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law.
Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day.
Which we should really know about.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, you're clearly an idiot.
Yeah.
Here you go.
No, here's a book.
Study up.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law.
The book of evidence law is just like huge print. The rules of evidence law are 2.
Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
Seems so.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
Really?
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A message?
She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book.
Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, detective.
That's where you're wrong, detective.
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Definitely a smile to cry face.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye was found unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want more?
Oh, yeah.
You've got to be kidding me, pal.
More! You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end.
Oh my god, okay. Induced has just made us a business proposition of sorts, okay?
Yep.
We're gonna get our own line of non-bread and call it Nyan bread.
Ooh, it'll be shaped like cat ears.
And I freaking love Nyan bread. We haven't made it yet, but I'm gonna love it. I love Nyan bread though. Ah, yes, cheers.
I just talked to my lawyer, I confirmed, and you can't claim royalties on that.
No, because I made up that idea myself. Completely myself.
We were all here.
Yeah, we're all here. We heard me say it.
Yep.
I had this great idea. Mine. Great episode of South Park. It was like, I came up with this joke. Listen to this joke. Yes, I made this joke.
Was that South Park? I thought it was just a comic that,
No, there's that one, but then there's the South Park episode where Timmy makes up a joke.
Right, where they...
Gay fish.
There's the, Kanye West episode. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'm a lyrical genius. And they did terrible things to that one Spanish comedian.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, really messed him up.
You're a gay fish then. Why am I a gay fish? I'm a...
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth.
yes, Your Honor.
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your
Jimmy.
actions.
Arthur, you're right.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's been some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have,
Struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking and,
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
a solution.
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
I love it! You know, Edgeworth and Phoenix, they're working together.
Working together. Two best friends.
No, then it's settled. Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
Judge, Phoenix, Edgeworth.
Wolfpack. The, defense may now call forth its next witness. Hashtag Wolfpack.
Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over.
The defense calls, don't make me pick.
Polly the parrot.
The time's finally come to
The
bring out the
blue
real
badger.
murderer. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Gumshoe, I'm sorry, man. It's gotta go.
It's gotta be you.
It's gotta be you. Lana Sky. Bruce Goodman to the stand.
Oh god, exhume and prop up his
All
body.
the way from Moortown, California.
Why don't we go Gonte?
Yeah, it's Jake or Damon, but I definitely think Damon. He's just so villainous.
Ooh, but
All
maybe
right.
he's the final countdown, and we gotta get to
They
him.
said real murderer though,
Oh.
and Gant has the paintings of a bad guy all over him. He's a bad man.
He very
See,
very
Bruce
bad
Goodman,
man.
Damon Badman.
Damon Batman.
Good man, bad
Damon.
man. Good man, bad man. Good man, bad man. Good. Now we know.
Batman.
Bad man. 65, male.
More like Demon Gant. Yeah, definitely. All right.
Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Matt Damon to the stand?
What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
Hey,
As luck
Elrim.
would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, bailiff. Please
Bailiff.
escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Gant to the stand.
Oh, hi, Mr. Gant.
Mr. Gant.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this, some kind of practical joke?
Never works out for him.
I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh?
Please, Mr. Gant.
Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gant.
The court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor?
I remember that time.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that one time? There's that other time?
Yeah, funny
When
joke.
Lana killed that other guy? Runs in the family, I guess. Oh, Jesus.
Running gag. Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish.
Both.
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
If I didn't know better, Mr. Gant, I think you're threatening me in a court of law.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons?
Happens. Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
Oh, what? Well, yeah, what? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry. I'm not here to do your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Look at the book! Open the book!
Hold on. I need to read up on something.
Evidence law before we make a decision here.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Rule
Ouch.
2. Unregistered evidence but it must be relevant to the case on trial.
Yeah.
This is a thick book, if you will. I thought that Rule 2 overwrote Rule 1.
What? No, they're...
Yeah. Because no evidence shall be shown without approval, which is like registration by the police department, but unapproved evidence presented must be relevant to the case.
I'm sure only good things will come of this. Yeah, who needs sleep for sure? As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene.
Oh!
As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Wow, what a great, compelling testimony.
Is that when Doc was arrested?
He was lying on the floor unconscious.
What a stupid way to hold a knife with a suit of armor, or like a...
At the perfect murdering angle?
Yeah. I mean, it should be directly upright.
Oh, yeah, or to the side, like a lot. I guess, I've seen it to the side. I've seen it, like, pinched into the side of the foot and then outwards, still at a murder angle.
It's not smart.
No.
Especially when you have young Emma playing around in there all the time.
Oh, yeah, just
Jesus, Gant.
jumping around.
I see. Everything seems pretty clear. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Hard and fast. And harder. Harder, faster, better, stronger.
I wonder, yeah.
As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That probably just spooked Dark and made him run away like that.
Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room?
I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. To make a long story short, he slipped up.
I would like to hear this long story. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs, I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. Wow, giggles.
What's this about a power outage?
Oh, that? The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went through his heart, though. What a savage.
That's savage. That's not funny.
When I went to my office, I found Lana there.
Could you tell us what you saw?
It was shocking. It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying on a heap on the floor, tangled together.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor.
Yes, barely hit his head on it and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she already arranged the scene.
How can you know that?
Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved.
So that means...
That means you found the body near Lana's desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence is inexcusable no matter the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down?
Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright.
Whose side are you on?
If you're going to stare at anything, you'd better off staring at the court record.
Worthy, always the smooth talker.
But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Damon to the incident. You know what?
Well,
I got it.
Okay, hit it.
Found a Chief Gant's safe.
Yep.
Objection!
Bow right in the kisser.
If you really had nothing to do with the forgery, then how do you explain this? What's that? What's that on it up? Handprint. Chief Gant, your explanation, please.
Evidence law? I don't know. You tell me, son.
Huh?
My dear Righto, don't you know? The second rule of evidence law?
Uh-oh, not this again. Evidence law.
Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Tell me how that rag is relevant to this trial.
It appears the defense was not prepared. I guess it's too early to use this piece of evidence. Please accept my profound apologies, Chief. Would you mind giving the defense another chance?
Well, okay. I'll do it just this once, but only because you asked, Judgy.
Thank you. I'm sure the defense is terribly sorry. Yeah, sorry I didn't nail you.
You want a fucking slap? Yeah, the professional. Professional? Are you
Shit.
professional slaps?
Well, I'm out of ideas now.
Well, it's got to be relevant to this case.
Yes, because he hit it. Because
Yeah, okay.
Edgeworth only had half the evidence.
But it's from the SL9 incident still, not this one.
That's what we're talking about. This is the SL9 incident.
This trial is not for the SL9 incident.
He's testifying about the SL9 incident.
Sure, send it. It could definitely be right. I'm saying that,
Objection!
yeah.
You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. I also like how the game was like, and this, I love this. They're like, you're technically right here,
Yeah.
but not yet.
Yeah.
Not gonna penalize you, but try again. That was nice.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. That's a list that Emma Sky drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in an illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this?
Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Suddenly, we're on the witness stand.
Hey, what?
Gant is the defense attorney.
Yeah.
What?
I am actually you. Me?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you're the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know.
It's a spicy play.
Defense attorneys can do it so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
Objection!
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. But they fired him.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
He said, leave your ID at the
You
door. You
won't
won't
need
need
it.
it anymore.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Get fucked. Not only do I know how to do 2 + 2, I know how to -1. That's 3. Quick maths.
Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
But you saved them to extort Lana.
Yeah, I think we use the photo here to be like it happened before because the jar was in perfect working order in the back of this photograph before the Dark killing.
That doesn't make too much sense to me.
Okay.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
when investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You do understand what I am chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Oh.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Udgy. In return, though,
I know. That place, right?
Huh. What are these guys? Telepathic? Oh, jeez. That's shady. Shady. Woo! Okay. Playing in my office.
Hold it!
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations.
yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped. Oh my God, Phoenix, stop! This is a crime! This is a crime!
Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're gonna need it later.
Later, what are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, it would prove his investigation was illegal.
I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy.
Anyway, you can't prove when the pieces of evidence were discovered.
Hold it!
Discovered.
What do you mean by that?
This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
Objection!
If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery,
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It depends all on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark's murder,
are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
it would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, I could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced.
Objection!
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient?
Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so as long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Tell me something I don't know.
Come on, Righto. Think about it. No reason I participate in a forgery.
Hold it!
That last one was a good one, though. How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent.
Son of a bitch.
Remember who was in the murder, or who
Was it that
murdered
murdered Neil?
Neil?
I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye.
Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
I missed the last one. Gant isn't the one who murdered Prosecutor Marshall 2 years ago. Yet I know he played a part in the forgery. That can only mean someone asked him to be an accomplice.
Damon Gant, someone's accomplice. That sounds unlikely.
Hold it!
Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
You really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway.
Ah!
Be careful when pointing fingers, you might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know better. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Myself, and I. Conveniently, that smells Lana. There, it's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
Wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
Should I press this?
Yeah.
Let's change.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Nothing in it for you.
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's a little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime, be tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out?
You gotta go, yeah.
Lana? I mean, do we point out Lana?
True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might.
Hey, got though.
You might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend a hand to people.
Oh, $50.
$50? That's not what I meant. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? I mean, like, seems pretty obvious it's Lana here. I mean, Lana has a motive. The chief helped Lana because the chief wanted to extort Lana.
Yeah, okay.
It's the only. It's
Yeah.
the only motive. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant. I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit, what do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this?
Hey, Gamer Cat.
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
And dolls.
The judge is so clueless sometimes, it's really adorable.
Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Master of puppets are pulling your strings.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive, to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma, but there's no way she'd testify against Gant.
But she's already done.
I'm afraid without proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Really, at this point, we've already, like, screwed her sister over.
Yeah, I know.
So,
You
she
think
got
she would have,
nothing
maybe.
to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Unless that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident. Which one would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Woo!
Admit it, Chief, you play with puppets. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Ooh, threats. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Whoa there. Order, order, I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder, that is impossible. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in an easier to understand language. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
It is too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Let's
Do this!
We're in this. We're in the car. We're holding
It looks
hands.
like he's the one who's
holding it, we're
decided
doing
to go
it!
through with this.
Ugh.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder. Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. All right, then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good.
And it better be
Show us
good.
this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. My attorney's badge.
Happy teamwork, says Elrin Condelferb. Okay, connects Gant to the murder. The list with his name on it.
Not quite. I think it actually might be the screwdriver.
Well, he went into the evidence room with no reason to.
Ah, yes, you're right. You're right.
No?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Catch up. This ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on that list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777 7777777.
But there's no way you can prove that's my ID card number.
It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in the chief's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7-digit, you don't mean. I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777.
See, while I was doing crimes and breaking into the chief's office to get illegal evidence, I noticed, actually.
The same as the remaining ID number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Ooh, he mad. Oh, he mad.
You've made an enemy today, Phoenix. And I shan't soon grant from you.
Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing. The defense...
Search of my office. Oh, sorry.
No, the defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Woo! What an idiot for making it the same code.
I know, right? Never do that,
Real
guys.
convenient for
Change
us.
your passwords. If you can't do that, then get like LastPass or a password keeper that does all different passwords and then have one master password.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone as I do the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be?
Ooh.
I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gant? I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. Oh, what do you mean? This trial's supposed to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Your Honor.
This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met with the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of his crime. Do you know this one? No?
I don't know. Let's look through it. Oh, the code.
It's all very elementary, my dear Thompson. You see, Goodman's lost item report could only be submitted to the chief of police.
Take that! Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime.
Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So, Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have to give that report to the chief of police.
Hey, you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure that if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to. Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you fucking killed him. You accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him.
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
I don't know why, though. Exactly.
Evidence, maybe?
But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of that sort.
Objection!
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
Body.
Oh!
Got him! Got him.
What?
Chief, Gant, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana in the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
Objection!
Yeah, how to get it through, you know?
I know, you're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
It was in your trunk the whole time. I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this.
What's been useless? Our badge?
No. This time it's a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Wait. Yeah, go for it. I don't.
This is how Detective Goodman's, or he moved Detective Goodman's body.
Oh, he's this gamer.
Guess who my next angry logo is gonna be? That's a good one.
It's a really good one.
What's that? A screwdriver?
Well, what does that have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here?
It's here because... Oh! I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
He read the screwdriver to the crime scene. Yeah, that's literally the only part I was fully with, like, why that worked.
Yeah.
But I was like, but is that what they're asking with, like, how it got there? But then, yeah, that makes sense that he did.
After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office.
But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to.
You mean I...
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Incoming angry face. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Woo! Order. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the back to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something.
I believe.
Ooh, pause.
Your time's up.
My time's up.
Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're gonna make it in time for Early Bird Special.
I don't think so.
Objection!
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Objection!
So you're going to just run away after all this?
Run away. Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you have any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of the body. Do I have any concrete proof?
Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. I do, but let me save first.
For reasons. Life backup, as they say. Boop, 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 boop.
Let's take a look at the court record here.
Nice. Oh, is there any bloodstains from the other room?
Other room. Well, hold on. Marshall's prints. No. Throw the book at him.
Oh, that one maybe?
Oh, wait. I can't show some prints.
Concrete proof. Hold on, we're going concrete proof. Oh, wait, go back to that floor plan that you were just at? Go back to that floor plan real quick. And can you do anything with this or just look at it?
Nope, just look at
just look at it. Wonder if this is one of those moments where you say no and then somebody comes in and Lana's like, it's fine, I'll admit it.
Let's try no then.
One more time through to the first page.
Unless. There's Emma's prints on it though.
Yeah, we've kind of used it already. Oh,
No,
not
we
yet.
didn't.
No,
we didn't.
yeah.
You couldn't use it.
Oh,
Evidence for something, but what? This is really tough. I wonder.
yeah. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. So we've got, okay. Wait, go back to that one? Just the last piece of, 4.5 inch knife. Sticking the stab wound, okay.
Okay, because we're talking about this case now.
Oh, let's say no.
All right, well, we saved.
Yeah.
It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
The G.
In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief.
What?
Here's a tip, never gamble what you can't afford to lose right now. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is the front of the senior officer on National Law Enforcement Agency.
What?
Objection!
Thank you, Edgeworth.
Lady Luck, maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet heard the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
But Chief Gant invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Wink, wink.
Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling the witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth.
But we can't just stop now.
Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth the prettiest lady of luck, Mike Meekins.
Mike Meekins.
My God and Saint and Savior, and Lana Sky. Lana!
The defendant, Miss Lana Sky. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. This court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in row.
Hold on.
Or hold on.
Huh.
Oh!
Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat.
Listen good, Lana.
Oh, wow. He's talking to Lana.
Shut him up! I don't think I need to tell you this. I don't think you need me to tell you this. But if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences.
The fuck is that?
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. And there is how we had him blackmailing.
I know, right? Like right in the middle. Like that's clearly
But we yeah.
judgy. Come on.
Of course, you'd never support outrageous claims anyways, right? Something to think about. All right then.
This isn't legal.
Now, I've got a lunch date to meet.
Honestly, if anyone were to miss that, though, it'd be the judge.
Yeah. Nothing wrong here.
Okay. Well, if there are any further objections.
What the fuck, judge? Help me out here. They're gonna kick you out of the wolf pack.
Espion bleu.
This court is now in recess.
What a great police force. October 25, 2:04 p.m.
Yeah, he totally blackmailed her in front of everybody.
Yeah. I can't hear anything you're saying, Yanni. Yeah.
No, we can't.
What? I think there's a to be continued at this recess.
This is the last leg of it, though. If we do another one, it's gonna be really short. It's gonna be like 50 minutes or so.
Well, okay, so then we'll get to this conversation anyways. But anybody who knows this game, is there just one more leg? There's like 50 minutes left, or is there like are we halfway through, or are we three quarters through? Is the question.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
Chief, something else, eh, pals?
Detective Gumshoe.
I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Don't worry, I've already decided where to work for. Now, at your office.
What? Can you be a private investigator?
My office?
Sure. I'll take the place of a top-knotted girl you used to work with. What was her name? Maya?
Could he mean Maya?
No. Looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's all done with, how is he always gets the upper hand?
It's not fair, he has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said.
But Chief, that's not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks? What do you mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything, too? Oh, hi.
Yeah, we still go. We still doing it. We still going
Emma,
through.
are you okay?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth.
Oh, look at Emma here, taking it like a man.
No, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Oh, relieved.
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
Oh, what do you guys mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Hey, well-
if you know what I mean.
Emma, why don't we wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. Milana tells the truth.
Ooh. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
Woo.
I mean, like we've already Emma's did it. Everyone knows that, so I don't know what's holding Lana back.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't, like the case is already past the statute time or whatever. It's 2 years after.
No, the statute was 15 years. Remember?
No, I thought that's why they're transferring the evidence, because they were closing it up.
No, that's just like they're not investigating. It's a closed case. But from the last case, Edgeworth, is 15 years later.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I'm actually just gonna grab a glass of water. Then I'll be right back.
Okay. Take a short break if you guys want to
Oh, refuel.
grab a water.
You know, that's over there.
Uno momento.
Okay. Strange phenomenon. Oh my goodness, things are happening tonight. Oh, we're still here, totally, but no. Gold. Gold! Oh, they're back over. Oh yeah, no, we ain't going nowhere for long. We've been here the whole time, getting dunked on and stuff. And but okay, so weird. Strange phenomenon. I was both very thirsty and had to pee really bad.
You both at the same time?
Oh yeah, it was a one loop, you know? I know, I left Neanderthal alone, he did everything. I look away for 1 second. All right.
Now then,
All right, water break.
will the
What?
defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand?
Hey, Elizabeth. Okay.
Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know that I've done all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Of course, the truth.
Aww.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. Oh, they made fabrics together.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Well, yeah, they were like it's like really cute. They both knitted on each side.
Yeah, and then they made the piece, and Emma obviously helped because her handprint was on that fabric.
Piece, and they were gonna incorporate.
Oh, on a memory quilt.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was looking
And
for.
that's
there.
why Gant took the drawing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you wanted to keep
good.
him on
Yeah.
the ship. That's so cute. And then they fucking killed a man, you know?
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself.
You bitch.
When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Drake fuck, it was so good, convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Listen. They may have convicted Drake,
Mm-hmm.
but they forgot about Dre.
Mm-hmm. Don't
Are you
ever
sure
forget
about this
about Dre.
testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
Lana.
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Hold it! How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years.
Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Hold it!
But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself.
Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life.
But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Lana.
She fucking killed him.
You know what we haven't established is who knocked Dark over the head with the vase.
It fell. It fell when they hit the...
Oh, it
Wall,
fell. Oh, okay. Gravity.
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago.
When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene.
You say you did this all by yourself.
Yes,
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
it seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken Prosecutor Award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's the only a situation you deemed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change my statement.
What?
You mean
Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark.
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to our other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
that's not how it went down? She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me. But none of that makes any sense.
So this is where we found the scene like this. What did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. Broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted inside the wound, and moved the body.
You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's body, and you moved the body.
But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others.
Yeah, why'd you plant?
Why'd you move the body? Well, planting the knife is to implicate
Sure, yeah, okay.
or
Yeah,
Dark as the
okay,
killer.
okay.
But why did you move the body? When you showed up at the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan.
Hold it!
The pieces of the jar, you mean?
Yes, that wretched jar you showed earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the murders, I felt it would be expedient to
More.
move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would have been clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
Why is that bad?
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time of the crime. The time the crime was committed.
Then how did
He right.
he write? How can he write?
But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
Hold it!
So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't keep Emma from... Are you sure you didn't do it this to... sorry. Are you sure you didn't keep... Really weird. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period.
Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence.
She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened.
In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction.
I want to look at what the jar now is. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna press this one more time. You should help your sister. Oh, no, wait. We did both. Ruin her life. That's so funny. She says it has nothing to do with them, but then she really says it has something to do with them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It also, the jar says Emma on it, so at least we have that going for us too.
Ah! Like, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, this one shattered during the events.
You mean pieces of the jar,
Yes, that wretched jar you showed earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt to be more expedient to move the body, so when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Shit, like this is the, like I'm, like my brain hurts right now because she's saying so many contradictions. Like we've established things, and then she said it's nothing to do with it, and then does, like...
It's gotta be the jar.
Yeah.
Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta be the
Yeah,
jar.
yeah, just throw the jar at it. Because not only does it say Emma on it, and it was that over shattered pieces, so he didn't like line it up, right?
Objection!
Yes.
No, yeah.
Yes. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery of the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring everyone's attention to a significant contradiction within your testimony.
Contradiction in my testimony.
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
You have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really.
You see, a message was written on the jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died.
Oh,
He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
Did he? Like, you gotta be stabbed. He's like, oh, it hurts so bad. And then
Grab some blood from his back.
yeah, so, but then like grabbed the thing, like wrote why Emma, and then
Order.
unless he didn't write it as his dying
Your Honor,
wish.
it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message.
Sorry, he turned English for a second. It's just,
We may be missing something critical here.
something critical.
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
what?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony.
Jar and message in the blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
Gante. You got them all because they were large.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
That's funny and roundabout. Hey, Artemis.
Hold it!
So the jar was already broken.
It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
Ouch.
But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
Hey,
Straight fire!
You are an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Normally I would have. Those arguments.
So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces around them and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you do that for me?
It seems you two might make up just yet.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
To be safe, I wiped away the blood.
Hold it!
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away that blood.
What else could I have done in that situation?
Lana.
I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I made sure I got them all.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me.
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go, just in case.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
Hold it.
So you illegally rearranged the crime scene.
Yes, I don't have any excuses for my actions.
I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
Oh yeah, Paul, this game is awesome.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting on a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around.
Yeah. Is
Ooh! Final fragment found in Chief Gant's office. We're hitting her with the jar. Third time, go!
Objection!
just like jar, but I have to say jar.
Jar.
But come on, like this jar.
Jarring. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the chief's safe. But how?
But ow.
I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just
testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the crime scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
I made the drawing button before you did, Clay. Fine to join. Have it.
The joing.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
Objection!
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. I may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that?
Objection!
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh,
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, what? The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No. Oh, no!
Ace detective. We were so close.
How does he keep his job? I have no idea. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence. Edward throws a bitch, and Phoenix nails it home.
Oh, look at it go out there.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Drake. Sparing Emma.
Is it a joke now?
Therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet.
Oh shit, she drew blood!
Don't do it. It's hard.
Oh, she almost became a Titan. Holy crap.
No. I did it on my own.
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Foul lies.
Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
I don't even think that's abuse. Wait a minute.
What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? There's something wrong, Mr. Wright. Lana may be right after all.
What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking Mr. Marshall.
Miss Sky, if you will.
I can't.
There's a super ultra happy ending happening here. I can feel it.
there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify for those who lied about what I really saw.
All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Spear. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it was all really a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword.
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
Actually, I do have proof.
Oh, we carry a camera.
I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
Oh.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it might be needed.
I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
A lot of us have known. See,
See-
Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. For some reason.
Looks like we're about to blow this case wide open.
Hey, with the
We're gonna
picture.
hit him with the book.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present us this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture there somewhere.
Lana's desk in front.
Oh my
adorable.
god.
Oh, it's
Aw.
Sherlock Chick.
Sherlock chick.
Oh, it's adorable.
Is it on the back of it? I swear to God. Oh, examine.
Aha!
Oh my God.
Hey, there's a picture here.
Oh, that's really rowdy.
Oh,
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
no other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
Mr. Wright. A piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. What's this?
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Shoot.
Safe? Okay.
can save it.
Oh shit! I didn't do anything. I tried to press start to save.
Yeah. Whoa! Come on, Edge. Come now, Edgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Chief Gant. Sorry.
Can you save now? Oh yeah, there you go. Oh my God, Gant. Okay. What? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too?
Excuse me, sir. You're not allowed to be here. Skedaddle.
Scoot. If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
Objection!
Thank you.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of a noose tightening around your own neck. Woo! Woo!
So what? You think I'm worried?
It looked like it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
Oh, I don't, but someone does. So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
This is true, Mr. Wright. If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Dun dun dun. What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall?
Show it. Because we'll show it and then we'll contradict it. We have to contradict it at some point. So let's show it and then contradict it. Because how would she have blood on her hand?
I would use Gant's own play against him. They'll be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Why don't you, tell me a bit clearer what exactly we're revealing here. And, that really was in your safe and in your possession, so you really were concealing.
Yeah. But if we do that, we already have Lana saying, yes, Gant, help me do this.
I'm personally against showing it.
Oh, don't show it.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie.
Chief Gant.
You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Shut the fuck up, Emma.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know those fingerprints are on it, and that's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? Induced.
It looks like something's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Mr. Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
You can't! What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day.
Someone stop this man!
It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. We really were manipulating her. I knew Lana, but I made it look like the blame lay with her sister. That's when she saw the scene, she would ask from me for aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. That was before Lana arrived at the crime scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always the best to be prepared for the worst. Wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I had the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too?
Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Righto, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant. That you were hiding the cloth you cut from off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. It was a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Do we stick to our guns? Do I save here? I can save here, but I don't know.
No, we don't. No, we do not save here. We don't.
No, we saved the beginning of it.
We saved at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
We don't save here.
You know what? Let's just not.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
just stick to our
Cannot
guns.
jump.
We're
Cannot
gonna fight fire with fire. We're the dark side of the law here.
Yeah. Hey, 50-50 shot. Let's do it.
No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it just exposed the poor girl's fingerprints.
Right. Think hard over the circumstances.
The circumstances.
I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference?
So, Edward figured out my plan. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. All right, then let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Oh, who actually murdered Marshall?
Is it the jar again?
Jar again? It's gotta be the jar. All right, let's do it.
You want to
Take that! Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes. At last, you finally brought it out to the open.
There's a handprint on this cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to is...
Meekins.
Meekins.
Spend it on Meekins. No. Do it. Do it.
It's the only...
Fine. Take that! It's truth.
Emma Sky. I'm sorry, Emma.
Why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, you're really something, Righto. You knew this, girl, and you tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Miss Sky.
You knew whose fingerprints were there all along, yet you acted like you really didn't.
Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
But I'm afraid it's over, my boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge too.
Not my badge.
What's the matter? Can't cut your tongue? Aren't you gonna tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, and what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It wasn't Captain Alex, I'll tell you that much. It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
There's blood on the hand already, right? What, a contradiction? What is this foolish babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold! The piece of cloth evidence that contradicts this cloth.
Behold, it is, in fact, it exists, and it is the jar.
Jar?
Let's look at it.
I can't save here yet. Shoot.
That's fine. It's good. Check it. How did nobody notice the cutout piece, you know? Yeah. Oh,
What?
the three of them together, the picture. Can we zoom in at all?
Nope.
No. Look at the cloth itself.
I'm really hoping for there to be something on the other side here.
They've used that before. There's a handprint, right? Yeah, fine. Oil handy.
We must have a really oily hand.
Oh, scientifically.
Huh? A more likely explanation is
What? On a foot. Oh, what?
wow,
This
that would
is
account for
new.
the amount of oil, I guess. I don't see what's so scientific about that, though.
It happens, you know. I always slip on the floors at school after they are waxed. Oily.
We could throw the cloth again.
Yeah, throw it. Oh, wait. Piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
The cloth itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess- What else we got here? What else? Check.
Oh, jet baits. What did this rubber glove have to do with it? It's SL9.
But it's evidence from SL9. Think of a tag. It's confusing, huh?
Huh? What's so confusing about that?
Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag.
Bag. Is that even a word?
Do you challenge me?
What? Are we playing a word game now?
They're overthinking again. It's only overthinking when you know the answer. For us, it's just thinking still. What evidence contradicts the cloth? Honestly, maybe throw the cloth at it. We've been talking about it for so long. Yeah.
That's old.
Just throw the cloth. Let's see what happens.
Okay. It's that or this. It's this. It's this. Take that.
Oh. Funny to watch you squirm, Righto.
This piece of evidence does indeed seem to contradict something. Your outward appearance of mental sanity.
Thanks, Judgy.
No problem.
What am I doing? If this cloth was cut from Prosecutor Marshall's vest after he died, then something's definitely not right about it.
Yeah.
It's too late to turn back now. You're the one who can put an end to this, right? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold!
No. Alright.
Let's try.
Cloud.
Take that!
Ah, fuck.
Oh no. What? No! Ouch. Ouch. Jar, I think. No. Because it doesn't contradict the cloth. Emma written on the surface. Died. Maybe it is the jar. So pushed him, he fell, grabbed Emma, dropped, shattered. Oh God.
Wait, I think it's this.
All right, sure. Why?
Maybe if it was cut. Because Lana was the first one there.
No, Gant was the first one there, and he set this all up. He admitted it.
Wait. So what?
No, I'm saying you can definitely send it. I was just wondering what your reasoning was. Because... why don't you send the other colored photo?
Shoot. This one? But what does this have to do with it?
I know. I don't know, but... yeah. Yeah. Send it. Send it.
Take that!
What exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Guy took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out on the blood's vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural, but the piece of cloth wasn't. His lungs were no doubt punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, what that piece of cloth? Ah, it's taking before the murder. Wait, there's no blood on it. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
Nice.
No.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword?
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago, that you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance. You proved that you were the actual murderer.
Oh!
It's finally all over.
Oh!
Oh, that was close right now. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Order, order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence can't be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Udgy? Earlier, old Wright out here concealed that piece of cloth.
Oh.
What's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of evidence ceased to be legal evidence. That's not fair. You actually think you could best me in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright? It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I did not?
I did not. I think so. I didn't conceal it.
Oh, relevant to the case. Yes, I did not. I admit, I refused to present it at one point.
So the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
Objection. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Uh-huh.
It's not that I didn't present the evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There's a certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward you can't really believe.
Objection!
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
In the book.
Throw the book at him!
Throw the book at him!
Evidence law, Your Honor.
Whap.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, MS Guy's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in the book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval by the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at that time, it was impossible for me to prove its relevance. Between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at that picture and...
Objection!
Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago.
No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave its value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes. No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's chest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer and the only person that could be Damon Gant. The killer was you.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing scum. For 2 years, been snooping around the department trying to get something on me.
Hey, Artemis, that's it. I'm never swimming again.
Never swimming
I feel
again.
you. Whew. Wow, that was a finish.
Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insists on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. Recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman.
Yeah, that's right. If the evidence transfer, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Bambina. Goodman he turned down as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room, and all of a sudden he decided to speak out.
Oof.
What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. The cursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint. Town Detective Gumshoe's locker.
It used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone had it as a star somewhere. I guess I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar fragments and the glove.
Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them.
Oh. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, how do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same.
We're not so different, you and I. Canton Dwarf.
Good. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Now, why was the report for a new card only half filled out?
Because Gant was like, it's okay, you don't need that, let's go. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, it looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Gumshoe for chief of police.
Gumshoe!
Edgeworth for chief prosecutor.
Oh, Aji.
What?
Look, we'll have to cancel that lunch date.
Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry too, David Gant. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator, and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Oh.
Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though.
Even though they weren't that great.
No.
Tastes like Aji, only sweeter.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Now I have to.
Now you have Wright out here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong.
Oh.
In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new something beginning.
There are two things I want to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky? You no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant's help me forge evidence up until today.
So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh! Is that a smile?
it almost like it was cute, but like the movement to it felt a little forced. Like, you want to take it to the top?
She hasn't smiled in a very long time,
I know,
okay?
I know.
You can forget how to smile.
Yeah.
I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky.
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Liar.
Pants on
I was
fire.
worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
There's something amusing about all of this. Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
Oh,
Aww.
that's like that.
Aww.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, this trial's gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Guilty.
Here they come, shoot!
Yay! Throw the confetti. Yay, extra confetti.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Success. In a winged supernova in the sky.
At long last, it's finally over.
Emma! Why a long face?
I'm a horse. I've been a horse this whole time.
I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Now, after the trial ended.
I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
She didn't thank me.
You've suffered every bit as much as we have for this past few years. Man, it
Come
seems
on.
like so long ago.
Yeah, I know.
So glad.
We got the recap.
You know, I did my best to. I know. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Come on.
When you get Makoto'd.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pal.
Ah, Kramer, what are you doing here?
Oh, hey, oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Well,
Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
do this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around all around while on duty. On top of it all, call me here. I'm seeing happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, you're here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Aww.
I love the gumshoe. So, anyways, Anna.
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Ah, well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. I was just whining about it earlier, but it's fine now.
That day, 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could do was think about keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. Don't draw blood this time, please. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis?
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, precious smile. Oh, Emma.
Oh, save? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Purity!
No one can change the past. And off to the side, Phoenix begins narrating. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our past mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, do you ask?
The android, you don't have any rose petal transparent gifts already. That you could have rose petals. It does.
Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move forward to a brighter future.
Yeah.
At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe,
Me.
thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
he's just hiding behind.
Yeah. Stop hiding and come over here.
That's so good.
Where was he hiding?
I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Well, I'll be going now.
We didn't get to why
Edgeworth,
he.
wait!
I don't know. He just murdered Neil because he thought he could manipulate
control
Lana.
Yeah.
That's a shitty thing, I know.
It's a
But
little-
he
a little
literally had
weak.
so much power.
I
So
guess
much
so.
power. He's power hungry.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
Yep.
Oh, it's too late for that now. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
Oh! You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me are the same. SB, congrats on handing in your letter of resignation. Hope it works out great. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back on today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright has a great name.
what? Oh, yeah. What is this? A pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show them what Lana's talking about.
Oh, crap.
We going to hug?
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would be able to find on our own. Crap. The Blue Badger.
The Blue Badger.
Crap, I don't know. Like,
No, go to the end. Go to the end. It'll be.
I think it's gotta be the prosecutor's trophy, maybe, but Can I save here?
Yeah.
Can I press start? I'm press start.
What?
I can't save here. I forgot to save.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Wait, hold on. Crap, you didn't say it. It's okay. Just someone tell us the right answer.
I need a real answer here.
Yeah, real answer. The list.
The list.
Oh yeah, they came together with each half of the list.
Ah, that's cute. Evidence list? Yeah. Cheat. Let's cheat. Yeah. Evidence list. Okay. Evidence list. Okay. Got it. I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah.
Hacha!
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go.
Can't handle these gay vibes anymore. Mr. Edgeworth.
If you'll excuse me, there's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
I didn't know he called Gumshoe loose ends.
Edgeworth! What will you do now?
Well, whatever you do, just remember.
Cannot hear you.
Oh!
Yeah, no, you're not plugged in then. Ah, cheers. Button on your back.
Yeah, that's much better. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you. Or you can help it, you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
I'd better be going too.
Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you.
Scientific investigation?
The little chick is adorable. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will.
It's got 2 rules in it.
Yeah, science and investigate.
Well, that's investigate first, then do science.
Yeah.
That's it. People think it's scientific investigation, but it's investigation science. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own.
Oh, Mia and Mia again.
A journey to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go tricking off. Just sit there, bro. Okay.
Whoa, what is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But
I thought you said it was okay.
yeah, well, maybe okay with me, but folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh.
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh.
$50.
That's a crime.
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who'll be footing the bill.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right?
Huh?
What do you think, I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Yeah, I got an idea. Why don't we go pay it off together?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go pay off this bond together.
Objection! Oh, I can't hit it.
You had to say it.
Objection! Oh, there it is. Objection!
Objection!
Is this the credits? No way.
I am. Nothing's happening.
No, it's just credits. It's doing its thing.
Oh, there they go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. Read
I
this.
arranged for a friend of mine to take care of her in Europe. I hope she'll be pleased to study at the top corner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Aww. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
Aww. Aww. Nice. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, Neko. Thanks everyone who joined us till the end here. This was really cool. Great game. We're going to be checking out Zero Escape series. We're going to be checking out some more Ace Attorney in the future, so stay tuned with that.
Yikes, they overlooked the unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it would be worse than firing you.
Nice.
Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show. You can't shake me off that easily. Nothing goes over my head.
So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're going to be playing a lot of fun games. We've got Persona coming at you tomorrow. Yeah, Zero Escape.
Yep, we're starting the second Ace Attorney.
Soon. We'll
Saturday? Yep, Monster Friday morning.
Yeah, want to do Ace Attorney right away?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's do it. Done. Ace Attorney starts this Saturday. Ace Attorney 2.
Yep.
That is.
Trials and Tribulations?
Trials and
or Spirit of Justice? I can't
Oh,
remember.
my new mission is to guard
my
the main
son.
entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today.
Oh, no.
I'll show him though. Someday I'm gonna make a detective. Yes, sir. Then I can eat just like that. Dick gumshoe.
Aw, that's precious.
Oh, that is precious. Keep eating your broccoli, kid.
Justice for all.
Justice for all. Yeah. And then we got Persona coming at you tomorrow, which is Friday.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Friday. Fantastic.
Friday evening.
Friday
Monster in the
evening,
morning.
5:30. Monster Hunter in the morning. I'm sad I'm gonna be missing that. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go fast.
Oh my god.
Must see.
Oh my god.
No, don't jump! Why is he gonna jump?
Hey, behold! The new logo. I hope it changed.
Changed
I'm
it.
even angrier now.
Not quite yet, but I have a good idea of what you got going on.
Good idea. Monster Hunter hype.
Angriest gamer-er?
Yeah.
Thank you, Angry Gamer.
See, I want to see them come up. Oh, what is it? Can't you see I'm having a showdown with the steak lunch partner?
Oh god, I could go for a showdown with a steak lunch.
Oh, Miss Star managed to sneak this to me. She's been seeing one of the guards.
Oh
Thank you,
yeah, when he's been
Chris
shot. Ah!
Oh, God. Well, cowboy, you even gave Bambi a back.
Smile.
Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
Waiter.
Water. Get their water.
Give you waiter.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory.
Aww.
Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just
Fun.
make sure not to eat it backwards. Oh, that's true. I can't wait to see Emma at the end. I think Maya would be jealous of how good we're doing. How good we're doing without Maya. Judgy.
I'll never forget that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? You son of a bitch. Mr. Left.
That's funny. Oh, look at him.
Anyway, he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be. Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Oh, sorry, gotta go.
He looks so badass, but he's just a bit of a ditz.
Judge, oof.
Oh,
Thank you, Alexander O. Smith.
yeah.
Thank you.
Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still something I do miss hearing you say you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I have a fully fledged spirit medium. Mystic
Maya. That's cute.
Coming. I'll see you around, Nick.
Maya.
Go Bone Global Studios.
Ooh. Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh, that's all we get.
Oh, wow, that was a quick one, huh? We almost missed it.
Best boy.
Will you playing the Ace Attorney investigation games? I don't know. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it in chronological order.
Yeah.
Oh, Hema's fucking leaving us too, right?
I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Top corner.
Oh, thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be all right.
It seems like so long ago
If I
she
want to see
walked
Lana,
into our
I'll have to
office.
do this and open the book.
Oh.
Investigate. A new picture. Smuggled out.
Oh. Oh no! My heart! She's wearing her hat!
Wherever you are, I believe, and my heart will go on. Capcom. Capcom makes good games. Capcom?
Phoenix Wright might not exist if it weren't for Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Well, still exists.
What's that say? What's that about?
Oh, Monster Hunter is the game that's been secretly keeping Capcom afloat.
Yeah, secretly. No, I'm saying All Rise. What's that?
Oh, it's we haven't been here in a
normal?
while, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Well, it's
wait,
the
wait,
art.
Oh, Tasso! Holy smoke!
Congratulations! Jesus! Jeez.
Hashtag Tasso! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on finishing the first game. It was wonderful seeing all your reactions to all the wonderful stuff in here, from the toupee throwing through cross-examining the parrot. Really, really happy you guys enjoyed this game and looking forward to the next one. Dasso, you're loco, and thank you so much. Hugely appreciated the support from everyone in the out there.
The Android
go on.
wrote an "Oh my God" on it.
Oh my God! But the support's how we keep doing this thing.
Yeah, honestly, it's what makes the whole thing possible. So thank you.
Man.
Angry Gamer, thank you.
Dasso.
You're playing A1. Ginger Dwarf won't let you say no. Okay.
Okay.
But we're starting the second game.
AA2 first.
Oh, holy, you guys. Thank you.
Jesus. The support's crazy. Crazy.
Oh, right. I just pressed over. Justice for all.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
This is where we're going to be starting on Saturday. Set your reminders. We don't have that event up yet, do we?
Not yet, no.
Yeah. We'll have that event up.
Actually, I have an event.
Yeah.
I'll edit it up. But
Yeah, we'll edit it
you can always find it in the playlist and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure we're going to have that event up pretty dang quick. We're going to get ourselves some food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's flip it over. I'm going to put these up on the board. And then why don't you update people on Violet Evergarden, the Anime Club, and all
Violet
that?
Evergarden. Watch that this morning. It's a lot of fun. Saturday after stream, we're going to be watching even more animus. We're going to be watching Darling in the Franxx, Citrus, Nanatsu no Taizai, Seven Deadly Sins. Silver God said chapter art, but there actually isn't any. Like, I don't know if I can click continue. Yeah, because I have my save point, but when I go new game, I for investigations, got it. Don't worry, guys. But sadly, there's nothing.
Well, maybe this is the art.
No.
It is the courtroom. Go to the other ones.
Oh no! The other ones had art,
Yeah, I know.
but the art's back there. There's no chapter art.
Yeah.
PS5 yet.
No chapter right. Okay, everybody. We'll see you
thank you,
tomorrow
guys.
at 5:30. And again, thank you all. Tomorrow's Friday, and then tomorrow at noon.
Monster Hunter Eve.
Oh yeah.
We can only pick up our game a couple hours beforehand, so I'll be probably making my character off stream. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Do that.
As always, check us out in Discord. I'm there pretty often. yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of stuff going on there. Make sure to read the welcome room and whatnot. Get a feel
Yeah.
for what's going on. Say hi, especially if you're a sponsor of the channel.
Yeah.
Leave me animations for the media and stuff. We're still figuring that out. We're gonna see we're gonna change our sponsor notification too. So thank you
Yeah.
for the suggestions. We're gonna figure that out. Some big changes coming to both
Yeah.
the Waffle economy and the stream in general. But
Yeah.
the games we're playing are gonna stay. So look forward to that.
Yep. Everything's gonna be the same, and then just it's gonna be cool. It's cool. Yeah, Neander's been having a great time. Nod if great time, good time. Yeah, thumbs up. With some really cool design things. So I'm really excited to see them come up. I've seen previews. They're good.
Hi guys.
Bye.
We'll see you in the next stream.